I say Limerick will have savage energy for this. But you know what? I suppose it happens as all the closer it's getting to it. I'm thinking the Canning factor, I'm thinking of the Johnny Glynn factor, I'm thinking of likes of Conor Whelan and I'm thinking of Pádraig Mannion. We're on about Keane Lynch being a contender for Player of the Year. Pádraig Mannion has to be another very heavy contender for that. I mean, everybody he has marked. He has just swatted them aside this year and was able to step into the centre back role the last day when Gerard was missing. And the closer it's coming to it, the more I'm leaning towards Galway, I have to say, just on experience and that midfield. You know, Burke and Cohen, I presume Cohen will be given the job of picking up Keane. And then you have Burke on Dara Donovan, and that's advantage Galway, you're saying, because look, Dara's a brilliant player and he could go out and be man of the match, but on all we know over the years, David Burke really saves his biggest and best for All Ireland final day, and it has won him a couple of All-Stars, I'd say, in the last few years. He's been so superb. So I'd give an edge to Galway, but I think if Limerick are on their coattails with 15 to go, you could see Limerick kicking over and kicking on for glory, and I'd love to see that happen. I have to say, you know, Galway won last year's one. I wouldn't really mind it who won last year's one with Waterford in the final either. It would have been fantastic either way. There was a long gap for Waterford, a fairly long one by Galway standards with the underage teams they've produced. But for Limerick, I think, you know, they've been heartbreaking stories, and you know, Henry Martin wrote the book there on Limited Heartbreak. So for all of those, I think it will be a fantastic day for them on Sunday evening. And you know, even after the Cork match, I know as Cork people, Joey, you'd been gutted, but to hear the Lower Surrey, you know, being played all around Croke Park, it would bring a tear to your eye almost. It was, and if they did win the final, can you imagine the scenes? And I just still think though that Galway might just edge it by. I see Limerick winning an All Ireland in the next year or two. Maybe Galway still hold on to it out the weekend.
Ger, I suppose you have to fancy Galway as favourite. They're going as favourites. The bookie hasn't had them as favourites, and you know they're an experienced team. They've been around. They're playing their, you know, they're there on merit. They're the holders. They've got back to where they wanted to be. But I've been very impressed with Limerick all year. I think they've only lost once to Clare in this. I'm not taking in the game in Limerick in the quarter-final league where we went down to 65. So in essence, they've lost once all year, you know, and that game was full of emotion for them. They had qualified, but I've been seriously impressed with them. I think they're in a great place. Hopefully, the occasion of the way they won the semi-final will either, you know, hopefully lift them onto greater things. But I think they will have to play really, really well. But I think the game is in them if they turn up and if they perform. And I think if they're there at the start of the game, if they don't get overawed, you know, last year Waterford got caught at the start 5 or 6 points down, and it takes an awful lot of energy to get back into the game. And I think if Limerick can start well, you know, and not to be chasing the game, I actually give them really, really a great chance to win the game. And I'm going to go for Limerick because I just think that you know, there's been something about it all year. I think that if they get a performance from everyone, and I just think that the 2 extra games for Galway might be a game too far for them. So I'm